It's a sad, sad day to say goodbye to one of the most funny, most clever actors and comedian of the entire world. Mr. Robin Williams died by committing suicide yesterday. This video might come out probably today or probably tomorrow. Do not know when it might happen, but it just takes me a bit of time. But today, I'll be celebrating his great history within the movie genre. I'll be counting down my top 5 favourite memorable films that he did. They'll contain a few little spoilers, and it will contain my favourite moments of him being in the film. Please enjoy, and let's get going. Number 5 is Jumanji. Jumanji was easily one of the most cleverest movies I've seen within the 1995 era. The story is this. The main character, which is being starred by Robin Williams, he was a young boy with a crush of this little girl. And he turned out that he had a game called Jumanji. He started playing it and he got sucked into the game, meaning being lost in there forever. A few years later, well actually not, probably about 10 or 20 years later, a good boy and a girl, once again, find the book and find the game board in the attic. They play it and they actually release Robin Williams out of the game board. So he's back and free, but this time he's older. And then they go off and try and beat the game so everything goes back to normal. So the character of Robin Williams can go back to his old self and everything. So it's a great story. There is a remake of it, but it's called it was a space one, which was really good, but it does not beat Jumanji no matter what. I don't want to say a lot about it because it's a great film and you guys must definitely see it. He was a great actor in it. It was pretty fun. I loved it. So let's get on to number 4. Number 4 is Popeye. Popeye, oh my days! It was a magical film that for me to watch when I was a kid because it came out in 1980, way before I was born. And when I grew up, what was one of the films, well, what was the actual cartoon that I actually watched? It was Popeye. And when I found out that there was an actual human version of Popeye, I wanted to go and see it until I found out that I could never watch it until I was able to get it on DVD. 2 years later, after I wanted it, I got it, and what happened? I fell in love with the whole entire film, and that was the year when I fell in love with his work. It was unreal. I was around about 6 years old, and I wanted to watch more of him acting. He was so funny in Popeye. He was great, and plus him being the voice of Popeye, it worked. He looked like him, he sounded like him, and the way he moved like him, it was just magical for my young age of watching Popeye the Sailor Man. And him singing was so fun, and dancing and boxing and everything like that. It was so much funny. Yes, I know a lot of people do not like the movie, but for me, I think it was really fun, and it was just remarkable. Definitely go and buy it on DVD. I'm sure you can still get it somewhere, probably in HMV. All these movies, you better get them all because they're just unreal to watch. They're so good. Let's get on to number 3. Number 3 is a 1991 film called Hook. Hook was really, it was something that I wanted to see, saying what happened after Peter Pan went back to Neverland and Wendy went back home and got older. And when I watched it, I was firstly in tears because I couldn't believe what happened. How on earth did they make this? It was so true. It was like Wendy got older to an old lady and Peter Pan was a young boy and he felt like he should go to the real world and grow up. And then you see how old he got. I think he was aged 40 years old. And you see him, it was Robin Williams. And he forgot that he was Peter Pan. He was called Peter, but never called Pan. And throughout the story, Tinkerbell comes in, tells him that he's the real Peter Pan, even when he told him he was Peter Pan, but he didn't believe it. And he goes to Neverland. He sees Captain Hook. He sees the Lost Boys, the new Lost Boys, if you guys want to call it. And the story is just remarkable. I've not seen a remake of, or an adaptation of a sequel of Peter Pan. It's just unreal. It's remarkable. I would encourage you to watch it. And if you guys have the NES game, definitely play it. I know it's a bit nostalgic. Yes, it's a bit bad, but still it's really fun. So really, that's what I have to say for my number 3. What's number 2? Let's go and have a look. Number 2 is Aladdin. Aladdin, yes, I know, it's not my personal favourite Disney film, but it was so funny, it was so good for Robin Williams being the genie. The genie, for goodness sake, it fit in so well. The singing, the laughter, the comedy, the different personas that he was, being a woman, being a goat, being a prostitute, being anything, being a big belly man or something, or an old guy or a tiger. It was just so funny. It was him. And the thing that really makes me really sad is when he put himself, when we found out that he died, there was a picture on Facebook saying, "Genie, you are free." It got me crying. It was so sad, saying it's so remarkable, it's unfriggin' real that this was so sad. But really, it makes me really happy. It just left us so much work from Disney that he did. It was so good. Definitely, if you guys have never watched it, which I doubt you guys haven't, just watch it again. Aladdin's just amazing, no matter what. So what is number 1? Well, not one of his films cannot beat it. It is Mrs. Doubtfire. Mrs. Doubtfire, what can I say about this film? It's just friggin' fun. His best moments is the whole film. His best moments is the film itself. Nothing cannot beat it. I know they only won one Oscar, but he had to win hundreds of these. He deserves winning an award for this freaking film, but they never did. It was a shame. It was a sham. This movie was funny. Once again, this was about Robin Williams. He has a divorce with his wife, meaning he wants to get his custody for his kids to go just to see him. His wife says no. She wants them for herself, so easy enough. He's trying to win her over so he can have the kids. Meaning, just share them, just so he can see them as much as he can. So it turns out that the wife is hiring a nanny. So he thought, what can I do? I know. Can you make me as a woman? And that's where Mrs. Doubtfire came in. A man being a woman, looking after kids, being an actor. What more can you get? It's just pure funny. The most funniest one ever is the beginning, when he was cooking, and plus the end when he's squeezing James Bond's stomach, saying, "Come on!" It's just, seriously, people, it's just so funny. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. I can't say anything else about it. It's just go and see it. I encourage you, and I feel like going and watch it right now. So, people, before I go, it is time to say goodbye to the one and only actor. Here is a little montage of his past work and one of his good little sayings for us to say goodbye. See you guys next time and enjoy this little montage. Bye.
We don't read and write poetry because it's cute. We read and write poetry because we are members of the human race. And the human race is filled with passion. Medicine, law, business, engineering, these are noble pursuits and necessary to sustain life. But poetry, beauty, romance, love, these are what we stay alive for. To quote from Whitman, O me, O life of the questions of these recurring, of the endless trains of the faithless, of cities filled with the foolish, what good amid these, O me, O life? Answer, that you are here, that life exists and identity, that the powerful play goes on and you may contribute a verse. That the powerful play goes on and you may contribute a verse. What will your verse be?